All right, this video is late. Sorry, my PC went baboon. Zen is rerunning. She's been rerunning for a week now. Oops. Let's talk about the most underappreciated agent in Zenlesszonezero, possibly. Yuan is actually pretty good. If you want to be very technical, you could call her extremely mediocre now. And that's true, but she's pretty good. She's all right. She's held up much better than Ellen, which is the important thing. Yuan is the only ether attack agent in Zenless, and her teams have changed a lot since 1.0. Did you know when we made our first Yuan video, Qingyi hadn't freaking released? We made a Yuan guide with no Qingyi in it. Huh? Shot shells are Yuan's core mechanic. This is her ammunition. You can see her shot shell meter below her HP. It caps out at 9. She generates them by doing things like her basic attacks, quick assist, her evasive assist, her EX special attack, her chain attack, or her ultimate. The primary methods you'll be using are the evasive assist, the chain attack, ultimate, and EX special, well, and the quick assist now. If you just want to play Yuan off field and only on field her during stun, you want to use her evasive assist to generate her shot shells to come into stun. Talk about Yuan's core and additional. Her core is 40 damage bonus on her basic attacks. This is doubled when enemies are stunned, so that's 80 damage bonus when enemies are stunned, 40 damage bonus most of the time. And her additional is 30% crit rate after a chain attack, ultimate, or EX special. And this is activated by any support agent or any agent from her faction. The important thing is this is activated by any support agent. What is her skill level priority? It's basic attack, then chain, then special, then dodge, and assist. TLDR, you make sure that her basic and her chain are maxed. But otherwise, you can actually level everything on Yuan somewhat. There is like a hierarchy. The important ones are the basic and the chain. The special is also quite good. Like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna try to do more Zenless content. More Genshin content is coming. Did you know most of you watching are not currently subscribed? You should subscribe. Now, let's quickly talk about combos. This is the thing that people don't actually know about Yuan. She has combos, and she has a really interesting mechanic with her rolling shots that make the combos interesting. Yuan has an attack called the rolling shot, or rolling shot. This is when you hold a directional input during her basic attack. So she'll do a little Dark Souls side roll and then pull out her gun. After she does the rolling shot, her next basic will always be B3, which is the triple shot shell attack. This is the one that consumes the most shot shells. This means by rolling more, you can do more shot shells if you have the ammo for it. The catch is she can't roll off the bat. Normally, when you try to roll with Yuan, she won't roll until the second attack. She doesn't roll until after the second attack, is how it works. But by changing what the first attack is, you can get to the roll sooner. So the easy example is quick assist. So you can quick assist, come in, do a single shot, roll, and then do the B3. So you have replaced B2 with the faster rolling shot. That spends 5 shot shells. Other ways that you can do this are evasive assist, dash attack, or dodge counter. The big ones there are quick assist, evasive assist, and dodge counter. So by doing those attacks, you can then roll and immediately do B3. This is essentially what Yuan's new standard combo has become, as people try to maximize the amount of shot shells you do in a given period of time. So you do an action that will allow you to roll, so quick assist, and then you do basic 1, roll, B3, and then you can roll again and do B3. And if you're in stun, you can throw out an ult or an EX. Hopefully, you can see the examples on screen for what I'm talking about, because the editor has added them as I am talking about it, because this is how you maximize Yuan's gameplay. If you want to start attacking after chain, you have to do the normal unload combo, which is do the full basic attack 3, and then do the rolling shot and basic attack 3. If you do the rolling shot after B2, you are essentially not really doing anything. You can spend those shot shells, but you're not exactly accomplishing much. You're spending 6 instead of 5, which you can do, but certainly an option, because spending 5 and 4 is better than frame-wise, and I guess magazine-wise. The other thing we need to talk about is engines. So not a ton has changed with Yuan's engine situation. The Riot Suppressor is still roughly as good as the Brimstone. However, I guess I should mention, because they keep giving S-rank attack engines more and more crit stats. That something like the Heartstring Nocturne is also quite good on GN, just because it gives a lot of stat. I'll throw it out there. It's worth mentioning. But yes, the major options are Brimstone, the Riot Suppressor, Starlight Engine, and then Mercado and Cannon Rotor. Because you will do so many quick assists with GN, you don't have to worry about Starlight Engine downtime, hopefully. I need to stress this point because I think it is important. GN's engine is not necessarily much better than Brimstone, or at all if you want to consider refines on Brimstone. Food for thought. Herb case, it's the same case as Heartstring Nocturne. We also need to talk about drive discs. This is really changed as well. You can still use Chaotic Metal, but we can also use Hormone Punk. Hormone Punk is generally better for the Qingyi teams, just always better for the Qingyi teams. Yes, Hormone Punk is just always better for the Qingyi teams. It's 25 attack percent on a 10-second uptime with a 10-second downtime. If you play double support or Astra Nicole Xian, you can still use Hormone Punk and it's still very good. However, that is also the team where Chaotic Metal is especially good because Mono Ether applies a lot of Ether Anomaly and keeps enemies under Ether Anomaly. I would have completely cut it out of the video if, in my opinion, GN's best team wasn't able to use it. So yes, if you have Chaotic Metal, you can still use it. It's still very good. Main stats, this is the same as before. Crit damage or attack, Ether damage or attack, or nothing else, just use attack. Slots 4, 5, 6. We're talking about teams. Ugh. That's what I think about Qingyi. Be gone, thought. This is Astra Nicole. This is, in my opinion, the best GN team consistently. The way you play GN is you quick assist, roll, B3, and you do nothing but spam that. You get as many shot shells as you can. You can do them from basic attacks. You can do it from EX special. You can do it from chain. You can do it from ult. You can do it from evasive assist even. Quick assist, roll. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Quick assist, roll. This is my favorite GN team. This is the one I recommend the most. Nicole is amazing. Yeah. If you want to try something new, very similar to Nicole, we can use Trigger. Look at it. Look at me. We're being punctual. We're being timely. It's updated. Yeah. I think Trigger is just better than Qingyi. For GN, sorry. GN can do damage outside of stun, and it's quite good. Her resources aren't difficult to get. You can use either Astra or Nicole, but yeah. I do think Qingyi is still better than a full A-rank team for GN, so keep that in mind. If you have Qingyi, you don't need to feel bad about using her. Qingyi is still better in Shiyu defense than she is in Deadly Assault. If you watched the Qingyi rerun video, you kind of know what's up, sort of. If you wanted a full A-rank team though, you're going to use Nicole, and then if you have Pulchra M6, you'd use M6 Pulchra. Otherwise, you would use Lucy. That is what I would use if I had to use a full A-rank GN team. So I think GN has held up better than Ellen because her teams have continued to change, and Nicole is a very generally good agent. So when Astra got added, GN immediately just kind of got boosted above some of her contemporaries. The other thing that we can mention is GN's a 1.0 agent like Ellen, but her best team was not in 1.0. Qingyi released in 1.1. So you could make an argument that, hey, maybe they balanced GN to be good without her supports compared to Ellen and where that power level was for the time. Is that a little speculatory and a little cope? Yeah, but I think GN's just generally held up really well. She's underrated and underappreciated. She may not be amazing anymore, but she certainly deserves some respect.